Hi there folks, today I wanted to review the Fiskars X7. Had this axe for several years now, I've used it quite a bit.
So as you can see there, it does a pretty good job at splitting and chopping. The blade design on there is actually pretty nice, I like it. Overall, really a nice hatchet for the price. Funny story actually, the way I came about having this particular hatchet here is Eugene and I were out on a trip to the west coast of Washington, which is quite a drive from where we live, and halfway there we realized that we had not packed any kind of hatchet or axe for our trip, and we decided to stop at just a hardware store and pick up whatever they had there. And I know from just previous videos I've watched and just people I've talked to, people have said that, you know, from the hardware store kind of typical, you know, axes you can get, these are actually pretty decent. So we found one, picked it up. It was like $20 or so, and took it out to the coast and used it ever since. Actually performed really well there. However, though, on the coast we were splitting a lot of driftwood, and the sand dulled it up pretty quick, but was able to sharpen it up, and it sharpens up really easily, takes an edge really nicely. And you can see it's got a couple nicks in it now, but it's really easy to sharpen with like a Lansky stone or even a file. You know, it'll hold an edge really nicely. You can see there. I do like the handle construction and the design. I know it's not wood, and believe me, I'm a diehard. You know, all wood-handled, hand-forged axes, those are awesome, but this is still a really nice and functional little hatchet, and so far, I mean, the handle is not broken at all. No cracks or dents even, or chips, and it's taken a lot of abuse. This is kind of my my hatchet that I hand to people that, you know, don't use axes on a regular basis and kind of not aware of the proper use, so I don't mind if they kind of beat it up, but it's held up really well, actually. Rubberized handle is decent, feels comfortable in the hand. Really nice swell at the end there to hold your hand in when you're swinging it. Never lost grip on this thing even when it's wet. Vibrations are not bad through the hand at all, even with the composite handle. Really good. The one thing I do like also about this is, since it has a kind of a different mounting style for the head to the handle, there is a lot more metal in this head than there would be if it was just a traditional eye and, you know, cheeks on the side and a wooden handle going through. So there's a considerable amount of metal going through this handle, which gives it a decent amount of weight for the little hatchet that it is, which helps in splitting and just giving it a good swing, kind of adding some power. Let's see. Downsides. The one thing I haven't liked is this rough casting.
As always, have a great day. Don't forget to praise God, and I'll see you later. Over and out.
Want to see the latest and greatest outdoor and survival related gear reviews? So the SCX-10 is a pretty sick little hatchet. It's got a hammer pommel on the back. The blade is made from 3CR13 stainless. Then it's got this powder coating on it and a very nice TPR handle. On the bottom, it's got a lanyard hole, and they just throw some nylon in there. I'll probably either remove that or replace it with paracord. It's certainly a great looking hatchet with that stainless up front and the powder coating on the back. The handle has some grooves in it, making it feel great in the hand no matter where you choke up. Now I use this a lot for processing wood. It chops like crazy. It's the perfect weight. You can still throw it in a bag. So definitely a great axe here. And the SCX-10 would sort of be like its little brother, full Tang hatchet. You can see that it has the same TPR on the handle. This one's just got a little bit of you know, design in it and some finger grooves, and this one's just got the finger grooves. But both great as far as how they feel in your hand and how they're weighted and things like that. It's got about the same size pommel, although it doesn't have this waffle design, which helps when you're swinging at stakes and things like that, helps it not to slip off, but it's still got a pretty nice pommel on the back that you could certainly use to pound in stakes. The SCX-10 has a 3.55 inch cutting surface, where the SCX-2 has a little bit larger cutting surface at 4.2 inches. It's got a 5 6.91 inch handle with an 11.01 overall length and weighs in at 1.37 pounds. Perfect for attaching to your pack, maybe keeping in a bug out bag or a survival kit. Perfect little all-around camp hatchet if you don't want to carry the larger size 2L. I think the main thing for me that I like about the SCX10 is how well balanced it is, how good it feels in the hand, especially with gloves. It's got a small handle, so it feels really good with just your hand or with gloves on.
Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to Backwoods Gear Review. Today I've got a cool new product to share with you from our friends at Off Grid Tools. So this right here is a survival axe. It's kind of a hybrid multi-tool that has 31 different features, a ton of functions, looks like a lot of fun. We're gonna break into this bad boy and get to work and show you all the amazing features that this survival axe has and why it's perfect for you in a survival situation, part of your 72-hour kit, maybe just throw in your car. So let's look at this thing a little bit closer. Like I said, right out of the box, first impression, it doesn't weigh quite as much as I thought it would. I expected it to be a little heavier, but that's definitely not a bad thing. I mean, it feels very comfortable in your hand, feels like it's got a good weight and balance to it as you're using it. Just solid construction there on the top, and as it mentions, I mean, there's 31 features to this thing, so boy, let's start counting them out and seeing how many we can name as we dig into this thing. All right, so number one, you've got your hatchet right here. So obviously good for chopping wood, you know, nice sharp edge, reinforced steel on that, which looks really nice. Here in the head itself, you've got these different hex sockets. So any number of sizes that you can be using. You know, again, if you wanted to put that in, you could just crank down on it like that. Pretty cool. So you've got several of those. Thank you so much for watching.
All right, let's take a look at this pack hatchet from Gerber. Very nice little tool. Let's see all the things it can do. All right, so during the pandemic, I can't leave home, so I'm going to do various things that I can do from home, including a review of this Gerber pack axe. I was at Target. They were all out of canned food. They were all out of meat. They were all out of almost everything. So I went to the weapons section and they still had this handy little camp axe hatchet thingy from Gerber. So if you're an actual backpacker, it's got a nice safety cover on it with metal brads in it here that keep it from cutting up your stuff while it's in the pack. You can also mount this on a belt. It's not really quick draw though. Getting it out of here, you got to be a little careful. So you can't just whip it out in an axe fight. You got to plan ahead if you're going to get into an axe fight. Sturdy rubber handle. It's got a full tang all the way through it. So there's metal in here. So if you needed to pound things with this, like hit somebody in the head or pound a stake into the ground, more likely, like if you were pounding in a tent stake, you could use that. So it's pretty well thought out. It's got finger groove up here if you want to go with a high stance. Go low stance down here. Nice rubber handle. Plastic, and then this is rubberized rubber on it. The blade is super sharp. And see, weaseling it out of here, you got to be a little careful. Make sure you don't slice the end of your finger off. Behold the shiny surface. So obviously, for chopping things, it's going to be good. For fighting, it's good close contact. But let's see how well it flies through the air if you were to throw it at something about the size of a human head. All right, there you go. You can do some damage with that little tool. So, big thumbs up. Very nice.
Who doesn't like a sick looking Tomahawk? Well, folks, welcome to the channel. Welcome to another episode. Today we're looking at T-Hawk. Really cool laser engraving. Just got to give a quick shout out to the Damage Factory. Those guys are amazing. They can do all kinds of laser etching on anything from blades and knives and firearms and anything in between. They did this one for me, gifted this over to me for me to be able to just enjoy, but also I wanted to do a quick video on this. So just thank you guys for sending this over for us to test out and review. And this is kind of a beefy, larger Tomahawk Woods Hawk is what this is designed for. You know, we did the Nobo a while ago, and you're gonna see a lot of different things in this video. Not only how does this perform, we're gonna run it up against the hardcore hammers, hatchet as well. We're going to run it up against the Nobo. So there's going to be a lot of different discussion on whether or not how this performs compared to other tools that we've tested like this. We're also going to do a quick demonstration on a paracord wrap, a neck wrap for your hatchets and tomahawks, just to show you how to do that. I have recently started doing it. This is my very first one, but just want to do a quick demo for you guys, so you'll get that as an added little bonus in this video. So with that, guys, let's go ahead, hit the woods, see what this thing can do, what it can't do, and whether or not the T-Hawk Chogan Woods Hawk is going to be the right tool for you the next time you hit the trail. So let's go ahead and get to it. All right, let's take a look here at the head itself. Again, awesome laser engraving from the Damage Factory. Ultra cool. So this is 1055 steel. You're going to see that on a lot of mid-priced hatchets and tomahawks from US as well as overseas produced. This is made in Taiwan. The head is made in Taiwan, and then the handle itself is a hickory handle. So what we're looking at here is a cutting edge of 3 1/4. Then you have the secondary bevel that is unsharpened back here. Thank you so much